My extra large grill with temperature control is only available from Sears, and it's a knockout.
Dinner's ready, George.
I'm so proud of it, I put my name on it.
I want to show you how to operate a vintage George Foreman grill. This is the GR20TMR model number, and this was manufactured in the late 1990s, early 2000s. And I purchased this, one of my first purchases when I got out of college and got a first job. It was around 35 bucks. I used it a lot back then, and I might pull it out once a year and still use it. So I want to show you how to operate. As you can see here, we got some steak, ribeye steak that we're going to make, and as a garnish, we're going to put some celery. You can use this grill to do chicken, whether it has the skin on it or not. You can do vegetables, seafood, whatever. It primarily works just like a pan fry grill. And as you can see there, this particular grill has had its day in the sun, but I'm still using it. All right, so let's go ahead and preheat it. So what you're going to do, if you can see these buttons right here, this one on the left is for your timer, and it will go up to 10 minutes. And this is your on and off button. You know it's on or preheating when this turns red. All right, and it only has one temperature, and that's around 375 to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. It does not go higher or lower, and it has two cooking elements, the top and the bottom. They both should be working, and they both, of course, are heating at the same time. You don't need to put anything on it like oil or anything. It's already got the PTFE non-stick coating already on it. Now mine, I do still have the drip pan. If you don't have the drip pan, you could use something like this, just something out of your kitchen to put underneath it for fat and juices to go out. But fortunately, I still have my drip pan here. All right, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and preheat it. And like I said, this particular one, the one on the left, goes up to 10. Now, I have worn mine out, so the buttons may look a little bit different, and this will light up red and go to 10. Mine actually broke, but I can still use it, and I'll show you what it is. So you want to turn it on to preheat before you put your food or your steak or whatever you have on it. And so actually what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on first. You just press this once. Mine, being that it's broken, you have to actually go at an angle. All right, so it's on. So let's go ahead and go up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now that will show 5 if the screen is still working, and then you can go up to 10. And what it's going to do is it's immediately going to start counting down from whatever you put it at until 0, and then it'll beep. All right, so I have to guess because I do not know, the numbers do not work. And so what you're going to do is you're going to let that preheat for a good 5 minutes before you put your food on. All right, we'll come back in about 3 minutes and we'll put our food on. And remember, you're getting double the heating, so let's go ahead and put it on here. So I'll put our steak on there, and then we'll go ahead and put our garnish on the bottom. And then what we're going to let it do is sit. So most foods are only going to take about 5 minutes to cook. A hot dog would be about 3 minutes. Now for this, being that it's a steak, a medium-sized steak, for it to be medium rare, you'd want to put it in, keep it on for about 4 to 5 minutes. It should be done. If you want it medium, about 5 or 6 minutes, and then if you wanted it to be well done, more like 8 minutes. So I haven't turned it on yet, so let's go ahead and turn it on. And like I said, you can't see this, but I want to guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes I like to do a couple extra minutes. That way it gives me a little bit of time. So that's going to be cooking my steak and my garnish. And I'm looking forward to some yummy, juicy steak. You shouldn't have to actually flip it or turn it around. And one thing you'll notice is that the steak a lot of times will stick to one side. So you might, in between, go ahead and remove it. Now, steak has different thickness. So I'm actually going to flip it maybe one of the elements is not working as good as the other, so you can switch this around, and of course you can mix up your garnish a little bit, so just to get a little bit of uniformity. But we're almost done, and it's only been 3 minutes. The way the old George Foreman grill is designed, it's basically shaped like almost like a V, but this will actually lift up here on the top. So if you got thicker pieces of meat, that will actually lift up, and so that's the way you're able to uniformly cook meat. Now again, I can't look at my timer because it's not visibly shown any longer. But you want to, for me, I'm just going to set my own timer and let me know how long it takes. All right, let's see how our steak looks. All right, let me go ahead and remove it. Oh yeah, just as good as being pan fried. Look at that. All right, and of course you want to turn it off. If this red light is still on, that means it's still hot and burning. So just hit this button on the far right to turn it off. Now again, the timer, once it goes down to 0, it should automatically time off. But being that mine's broken, I don't know when it's going to get down to 0. Now this will stay hot. The elements will stay hot for a good 20 minutes. So don't touch it or try to pick it up and carry it. Just remember that this is going to be still hot. Now after it's fully cooled down, what you want to do is clean it. I don't recommend using really harsh abrasives because again, you don't want to break through the non-stick coating that's on it. So what you want to do is get you a warm cloth. Yeah, you can put some Dawn dishwashing soap on it, and you just basically you'll have to use elbow grease and really clean it hard. Just go through all these different sides of the grill, and what I'll do is I'll get my finger and then I'll go down each line and around it. Make sure that you store it properly, and there you go. But yes, this is how you operate an old vintage George Foreman grill. All right, bon appetit.